Hey guys, Gunpowder Handshake back again. Today we're going to be going over some new firearms. Sorry it's been a little while since I've talked to you guys, just had a bunch of things going on, but I've acquired 3 new firearms. The Taurus, the H&R NEF 20 gauge, and the Stevens, I believe it's the model 9278 if I'm not mistaken. Both of those are breakdown shotguns. The Stevens is a 12 gauge, the H&R is a 20 gauge, and of course the 1911 is 45 ACP as always. I know they make them in different calibers, but I like the 45. This is the Remington 870. You've seen this guy's last time. It had the Black Hawk stock on it, the Black Hawk stock and forearm. I actually recently changed those out. I wasn't a big fan of the Black Hawk. This is the ATI with Scorpion butt plate on it. Adjustable cheek rest, and the reason I got it was because it turns it into a pistol grip, which I really thought was kind of cool. The other thing that I did to the gun, guys, that I really enjoy about this, really easy to do one-handed as you've seen, the mag pull. Now this one was about 60 bucks for 35 for the fore end. I paid 25 here. And then I got the rails at a really good deal for buying both the other parts. But the rails are usually, I think, $8.99 for this and about $6.99 for that one. I do have a B-squared scope mount. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me see if I can get the angle just right on it for you. But as you see, all these nice little scuffs. I don't care. This is a home defense gun. I took it off because it hid the serial numbers. It also kind of made a little bit of noise, vibrations. It wasn't really tight. I had a BSA scope on it. Don't know if you guys know that's a lower end scope. It held up good. I fired plenty of rounds through it. I've been firing some of this double-aught buck here and here. This is military. This is standard. And then I even recently got a hold of some of this. I don't know if you guys can. Yeah, you guys can see that. This is the triple-aught buck that I got a hold of recently. 10 pellets, 75 millimeter. You know, everybody was laughing at me, told me it was going to kick like a mule. It's not that bad. Not in this gun. I mean, it was 6.5 pounds starting weight. It's 8.5 pounds now, so I added 2 more pounds. With the scope mount and stuff, it's not much, maybe another pound on it. Probably not even that, maybe a half pound. And then with the sling and all that wonderful stuff, I'm actually going to put a shell carrier on the other side. Maybe go with the Warhammer. I really like the top rail with the flip-up sights on it. But it's a fun gun. It doesn't kick, guys, that much. I mean, it really is not bad at all. I really enjoy shooting it. Now this 20 gauge I fired a couple times, 4 or 5 times. I bought it recently. Paid $100 for this one. Made the sling myself. Used some old paracord that I had. I think it's 1/16 paracord if I'm not mistaken. Just kind of did a standard braid on it. I got a piece of leather here that goes up and down just to put on your shoulder wherever it's comfortable. On the back, this is some stuff I've been working with here. It's leather like rawhide, but I'm taking it off. I didn't like it. I did wrap it because I wanted to have some extra cordage and things like this. Since this is, excuse me, hit the camera. Since this is going to be a survival gun, or I guess you would say a hunting gun, if you will. I just like having a few extra things out in the wood without having to carry a bunch of weight on me. As far as my little shell carrier goes here, I actually made this out of just lacing the nylon in here like a shoelace. And it actually, I mean, it works pretty good. This one's a little loose. I'm going to tighten it back up, but you just kind of pull this really to tighten it. I've just got it looped under. Also paracorded around the trigger guard here on the front because it bumped into me a few times when it was hanging over my back. A little pointy. All guns, as with me on every video, I'll go ahead and show you guys real quick because sometimes I can be a safety Nazi too. All guns are completely unloaded. Picked this one up for about 50-60 bucks. It's a Stevens, great little gun. 60 for that one, I think, with gas included. You know, I think it's 50 for the gun. It took me $10 of gas to get there. This one, like I said, 100 bucks. Really like this one. Kind of a woodsy gun. I got it, and then I seen the video Dave Canterbury had on Reload and thought it was cool, so I wanted a 12 gauge too, so I got both. This one's just about 30 years old. That's kind of the reason why I didn't want to mess with it, being as old as it is. Looks like the guy fired it 3 times and then decided to put it up in the gun case or gun cabinet, because if you look at it, I mean, the wood is just, I mean, it's immaculate. I mean, it's like the guy never really shot it 2 or 3 times, said, it kicks, I don't like it. There is one scratch, though. You can just barely see the scratch there. It's not real bad. It's not a crack or anything. I double checked. Looks like something's fallen on it. Other than that, I mean, the barrel is just absolutely beautiful. You can see a little bit of where it's setting. Other than that, I mean, great gun. Good price, good price. And then my last acquisition, I think I showed you guys the Beretta 92 FS that I had. I changed over to this little Taurus. Go ahead and show you it's safe and clear. Ooh, nothing in there. Alright, I really like the sights on this one. It's one of the original ones I actually found out from calling Taurus and doing a little check on the serial numbers. Some of the serials had some issues with them. Unfortunately, well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, luckily this one had no issues. Runs out really well. The only thing I've done to it is put these grips on it. I ordered them off eBay, Dragon Skills. I really like them. I think these guns to me are some of my favorite guns. I mean, I don't have abnormally large hands or anything like that. I would say that I have very medium hands and they long fingers maybe, but fits really, really well in the hand. Very nice, very nice. I did monkey around with the trigger a little bit, just doing just a little bit of polishing work. And I mean, it is just, let me get this. Well, I have to monkey with that in a minute. Oh, the hammer wasn't back. Ah, look there. Noob mistake right there. Sometimes it'll do that. I've got to replace a few internals on it just because when you release the slide sometimes it'll kick the hammer about halfway. Nothing major though. Just a little cleanup work. I got it pretty cheap, so I'm happy with it. And then like I said, the Remington I really enjoy. I've been shooting a lot of different loads out of it, and I'll go over some of them. We can start off with the skeet. And the skeet you see there is the red one. I only have one of those. This is kind of like my go out in the woods kind of carry if I had to. I got 3 red, and those are the rifled, unrifled slugs. Double up buck. Military grade, which these are really, really cool. I found these, I think at Academy. 9 pellets, double up buck. Came in a little brown box. They're Winchester. Just said military issue. And then, of course, the triple up buck I thought was really cool. Now, I probably will not shoot the triple aught or double aught out of that. I mean, I would if I had to. But that's going to be kind of a gun that I want to keep in the safe. It's very, very nice. I really, really like the case hardening looks on these guns. You can see that one. There's the case hardening look. Case hardening look on this one. I do like the tiger striped is what I'm calling this. But just the case hardening look on it. Beautiful, beautiful firearm. Both of them, guys. If you're new to firearms, you like shotguns, I recommend them both. They're great guns. I'm going to do a little bit more with the H&R. I've actually thought about chopping the barrel down to 18.5 and converting the stock, maybe a shorter stock, chopping some off that, or maybe ordering another one to chop off. I really like to keep the original parts, have the original stock, forearm grip, and have the original barrel on my Remington 870, just in case I ever want to switch it over. Same with the Taurus, I kept the grips. I'm not going to do any mods to it like I did at the Springfield. I've shot it, and I'm not bad-mouthing Taurus by any means. I've taken the gun apart, and there's a lot of things I'm not a huge fan of in Taurus. So I think eventually I'm going to get rid of that one and try to get another 1911. Or then again, it shoots. There's no malfunctions. I don't like the rattle when you cock the hammer back. I mean, the Springfield is just as tight as a drum. I mean, just as tight as can be. I really like that. The Taurus is kind of noisy. But I'll probably carry it through the woods or something like that. It'd be a good carry weapon, I guess, if you had to. I know people say, oh, I carry a 22. Well, guys, I've shot 22s, 40s, 9mm. You've seen my videos. 45 is, I mean, an absolute killer every time. I mean, I'll put it like this. Let me walk over here. Sorry for the messy garage. There's what a 45, the head in the center. See all those other little ones going all over the place that aren't really that great? Well, the 4 and the hatchet are pretty good. Those were all done by a 9mm Beretta. Worked great and all, but just wasn't as accurate as I like it. The 45s are. But these are just the guns I wanted to go over with you guys. Also got a little test for you guys, should I say, a little video challenge. I'm looking for guys who have single barrel shotguns, 12, 20 gauge, 410, 16, 28, you name it. Single barrel, single shot. Okay? What I'm looking for is modifications you can do to take out in the woods that will give you a few extra things. Now, I have seen a few videos of guys putting ferrule rods like Dave Canterbury in the end of it, an extra shell, some things of that nature, which are all wonderful ideals. The only thing about that is, depending on where you are and what state you're in, sometimes putting a shell in the back of it, some guys can get a little crazy on that one. So I'm looking for more stuff on the exterior of it. We can all drill holes in the back and hide stuff, which is a great ideal. Don't get me wrong, I'm definitely doing it. I'm not going to put a shell in it just because, like I said, a few of the states you got to be really careful about when traveling through with a shell in the stock of the gun. Some people say, well, they'll never find it. That is true. They probably never would. I'm just one of those guys, I like to be safe than sorry. That's why I say before you do your videos, field check everything, or not field strip, I'm sorry. Clear all your weapons, make sure it's not loaded before you do your videos. I hear guys all the time saying, oh, I don't have time to do it, I don't have this, I don't have that. I mean, all my guns you can see on the videos, I've went through all of them, free and clear. There's nothing in any of these weapons. Unless it's my everyday carry gun, I don't keep it loaded. I have kids in the house. That's a stupid thing. Half the time that your guns are put up in your closet anyway, or in your gun safe, they're loaded. There's just no point. You're not going to get to them in time. I carry one loaded. That's the only one that needs to be loaded. But there's everything, guys. The paracord, like I said, it's 1/16. I paid $7.99 for about 300 yards of it. So got a good deal on it, and that's why I used it to do the rifle. Let me see what your guys' suggestions are on that, what you guys come up with your single barrel straps. Do it low cost. I mean, anybody can go out and buy all these brand name expensive, parts, but we're looking for something just an inexpensive build here. Also, let me hear any suggestions about cutting the gun down, what you think, what your opinions are. Think I'm stupid? Do you think it's a good idea? Give me some info on it. Also, I thought, like I said, about even chopping this one here or getting another one to chop. I just wanted something small, kind of backpack gun I could take out in the woods with me. I don't think I'd do it to the 12 gauge because it might kick a little much, especially shorten it down. 20 gauge, not that bad. But guys, Gunpowder Handshake. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click that link up there. Subscribe button, real easy. See all my new stuff coming out. I'm going to go out and shoot some of these, do some more ideals. I do have some more builds on this. I'm going to do Warhammer, I believe, some flip-up sights and things like that. Kind of go all out on the home defense one. And we'll see what's in mind for these two here. I'd love to hear a suggestion, guys. If there's something you're thinking of, something you'd like to see, write me. I don't have a lot in them, so I'm open to suggestions. Gunpowder Handshake, signing off.